Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. I'm sure everyone, wherever you are, and uh, maybe there is a morning, there is a evening, because time is a different one from Pakistan. But here in Pakistan, it's about 8 p.m. So today is the 13th of August, 2024, and I'm here to discuss a very important thing which is related to your certification. So our today's discussion is about IT certification exam guide, because most of the guys which are interested to jump into the IT field, they got the training, and maybe they complete the training by their own self, or maybe they get the help from the YouTube, Udemy, and there are a lot of resources to get the IT certification training. But the major problem when they plan to attempt the exam, they face difficulties because they don't know how to attempt the exam, where to pick the exam, what is the procedure, and what is the prerequisite. And there are some common questions which actually I was writing now before the session so that I can address those questions. So generally, I will discuss the whole certification. Either you are interested in Cisco, Microsoft, VMware, CompTIA, Juniper, Huawei, and Amazon, and whatever the certification you plan to attempt, you need to know some common things about any sort of certification. So let me start the thing. The first question which come in your mind, that if I plan to attempt the certification, then which is the certification authority which take my exam? Basically, most of the this type of question mostly people ask from Pakistan and from India and from these kind of. They think that maybe certification exam will be conducted by the any educational board, any university, something. No, basically certification exams. You can say you attempt your certification exam using any testing authority, like Pearson is the testing center authority, and number two, Certiport, and one of the certification authority was the Prometric testing center, which is not right now available. So the first question, whenever you plan any certification, you will search on internet that if I'm interested to attempt the CCNA exam or Microsoft exam, so which testing center having the capability? But most of your exams, most of your certification exams are conducted by the PSN. I will mention the website address in the description as well. So visit the Pearson website to book your exam. This is the first question. Some of your Cisco exams are taken by the Certiport authority. I will show you later on here. So this is the first question. And number two, when we can attempt the exam, is there any specific, you can say, time period? Maybe as we basically relate this thing with our general education, because in Pakistan, uh, 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 different educational boards conduct exams in December, in March, and it seems like university conduct exams at the end of the semester. So, is there any specific time frame when the certification exams are conducted by the certification authority? The answer is no. You can book your exam anytime. You can schedule your exam before 24 hours. What actually mean? Let me explain. Right now, if I plan to book the exam, I will visit the website, I will check the certification testing authority PSN, and I will check the available slot. I will book the exam and then I will attempt the exam. Simple. You pay the fee, you book the exam, and you attempt the exam. Okay. So it's mean there is no time boundary. Okay. And the third one thing is, which is how you can pay your fees to book your exam. So there are two options. Two options. Uh, to book your exams, if you are in Pakistan, I'm not sure, maybe this happening in India and in Bangladesh and Sri Lanka, but specifically I'm talking about in Pakistan, you cannot book your exam by your own. But if you are in out of Pakistan, any other country, You can visit the website, book your exam, pay the fee through credit card, and that's it. But in Pakistan, you will visit the Google and you will search out the Pearson Testing Center, and you can contact the testing center and you ask them, sir, I want to book my exam. So they will share the fee, including some taxes, because mostly people they ask me, sir, if the exam fee, for example, $300, and when we convert the exam fees in Pak rupees, so why the testing center charge more amount? Okay, so my dear, there are two reasons. Number one, taxes, and number two, service charges. Okay, so that's why when you book your exam by your own self, you can save your money. But when you book your exams through testing centers, they charge for that. Okay, so the same thing is you will observe in Gulf, in international, anywhere you are, there's no need to worry. Just Google, find out the testing center, find nearest you. You search Pearson Testing Center around me. You will get lot of testing centers contact information over there. You just call them and you share the information and you can book the exam, transfer the fee, and this is the third one question. And the fourth one is what is important for testing for the verification. For example, you book your exam, and no, today is the day you visit the testing center and you want to attempt your exam in the testing center. So how testing center will verify that actually you are you? So you need two IDs. Okay, so this is compulsory for you. Make sure that whenever you move, whenever you attempt your exam, either you attempt your exam from home, either you attempt your exam from home. I will share the screen as well later on. So whenever you attempt your exam, keep in mind you must have two IDs near you. Number one, your ID card, your national identity card, now ID card, your passport maybe. So you need two IDs. One ID is the primary, and the second ID is the secondary. Second primary ID and secondary ID. Sorry, the primary ID is the ID which has the your snapshot and your signature both. Okay, and it can be your passport, it can be your driving license, it can be your CNIC. Okay, so the second your ID can be your ATM card, your credit card. So you have to show two things to your testing center when you visit your testing center for your exam, for your for to prove your identification. Okay, you have to provide these two things. And the fourth thing and the fifth one, when you move to testing center, there is no, you cannot carry your mobile phone. They you they will you are not allowed to use your mobile phone. They will provide you. Sorry, uh, if I'm online, let me check. Sorry, there was a disconnection. Um, Let me. There was a internet. Sorry, cam was disconnected. Just for a moment. And I come back. So if you can see. Okay, sorry. Uh, uh, Basically, there was a disconnection of the camera. So fifth one thing, when you visit your testing center, you are not allowed to carry any ball pen. You cannot carry your wallet. You cannot allowed to use your mobile phone, notebook, anything. So if you carry these things, they will provide you the box and you can hold your things over there. And after finishing your exam, you can take your items from there. So it's mean you are not allowed to use that. And the sixth one thing, which is really important, for example, you want to reschedule your exam. It's really important. What does it mean? For example, today is the 13th August, okay, and I have an exam on 15th or 16th of August, okay, 16th of exam. You may 14th of August. It's a Pakistan day. So I just thought, oh, I may not be able to visit because due to any reason, maybe you not be able to travel, maybe your preparation is not good, maybe due to any other reason, you want to reschedule your exam. So you have the option to reschedule your exam for the safe side 48 hours earlier. Okay, it's me. If you are not ready to attempt your exam on any on specific date which you decided, you can reschedule it, and you can reschedule your exam and book any other day, any other date according to your availability. So it's very good. Normally, it you can do it 24 hours early. But I would recommend you that if you have such kind of you can say difficulty, and you are not sure that you will be able to attempt your exam on your mentioned or your booking date, then you reschedule your exam uh, for next available slot, which is available on that specific day. So fifth, I guess I discussed fifth or sixth point with you, and the seventh point is really important, that it is compulsory to visit the testing center to attempt your exam. The answer is it depends. It depends. Why it depends? Because you can attempt your exam after COVID-19. Pearson Testing Center offers this flexibility on multiple you can say certification exams. Not all of the exams giving you the option to attempt from home. Keep in your mind. Cisco exam you can attempt from home, Microsoft exam you can attempt, Huawei exam, but some of exams are not you can attempt. You can't attempt those exams from home. Okay, so it means this is important for you. If you want to attempt your exam from home, you can do that. CCN exam you can attempt from home as well. Okay, you book your exam and you book your slot and you select that I will attempt my exam from home. You can do that. Okay, so I will share the link right after my visual discussion right now. I will show you some sort of thing. And the next thing, it's really important for you. Sir, for example, there are multiple certifications, Cisco certifications, Juniper certifications, Huawei certifications, VMware specifically, I want to discuss here, VMware certification. So, sir, is there any restriction for exam or it's open for? My dear, for VMware certification, if you attempt you can attempt the associate level exam. Associate level exam you can attempt easily. You book your exam and you attempt your exam. But for the VCP level, okay, for the professional level exam, you cannot, you can book your exam, you can attempt your exam, but you will not get certification. Why? For the VCP level certification, you need to register yourself first with the authorized academy. You get the training from the authorized academy. You will get the voucher from the authorized academy. With the reference of that voucher, when you book your exam, then you will be able to get the certification. Otherwise, you may attempt the exam, you will pass the exam, but you will not get the VCP certification. Why I'm discussing it? Because for Cisco, as we discussed Cisco, you can book your Cisco exams by your own self with full fee. But there is an advantage. If you get the Cisco certification training from the authorized academy, there is an advantage. Number one, you will be registered with the Cisco through that academy, like Easy Expert is the authorized academy. If you register yourself for CCNA study with us, we can register you on the LMS on the Cisco portal with our you can say with our reference. So you will get the discount voucher and you will get the 58% discount, which is internationally applicable. So it means there are two possibilities. When we talk about the VMware, you can't even get certification without involving your authorized academy. But for the Cisco, you can book your exam, you can pass your exam, you will get the certificate, but you will not be able to get the discount. Okay, so this is the difference. So you will apply this on every sort of certification. Whenever you plan any certification, do consider these points which actually I'm talking to you. Okay, and I guess almost I have shared all of the information, and let me share my screen, and I have some questions over there. Then I will show you some exam types, question types, because these things which actually I shared with you, these are the general questions which you may have according to any certification. Okay, so I guess I address all of the information, all of the things with you, and now it's time to share the screen, and then let me explain. I will take the example of the CCNA exam. Okay, as an example, I'm taking the CCNA exam, and in the light of CISCO CCNA exam, I will describe some more options about any sort of certification. Okay, so do let me share. I'm gonna stop my cam, and okay, can you see the screen, please? No, no, it's not necessary. No, 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 it's not necessary. Okay, I'm gonna share the screen, please. Uh, okay, can you see the screen? I share the screen. Huh? Are you on? So screen is visible right now. Okay, so we have discussed some major things about any sort of certification. Now I gonna show you. For example, I'm taking the example of the CCN exam. Okay, so with the reference of this exam, I will describe rest of the things which are really important, equally important for every certification exam. Okay, number one, so if I plan the CCN exam booking, I will visit the Pearson VUE testing center, which is the authorized testing center for any IT certification. Okay. Number two, the point is really important. So whenever you plan your exam booking, you must know the certification exam code. In my scenario, my exam code is 200-301. So this is my CCNA exam code. So the same like if you plan any other certification, either you plan CompTIA certification or Microsoft certification, so you must be aware about the certification exam code, because when you book your exam, you have to mention over there which exam you want to book. Okay. So the next thing is, yeah, here you see, if you have any discount voucher, you some certification like Huawei offer free exam vouchers. Maybe Microsoft sometime offers free exam vouchers, and same like you can say some other certification bodies, some other companies promote their products and offer uh, certification vouchers. And these vouchers you can get from authorized training centers, from training partners, from their working partners, from their distributors. Okay, so some companies, some employees which are working in the Cisco companies, their companies offer 100% exam vouchers to their clients. They offers VMware vouchers. They offers Microsoft offers vouchers. So it's mean there are a lot of options you can use to get the discount voucher. These vouchers can be 30% discount, 50% discount, 70% discount, and can be 100% discount. Okay, so you can get the discount voucher through Academy, through your company maybe, through any distributor, and these are. And sometimes Cisco, Microsoft, VMware, and Juniper and Huawei, sometimes these vendors offers 100% discount vouchers to promote their products. Okay, for the marketing purpose, you can say. So this is the best option. Keep in touch on these websites, on Cisco website, Microsoft websites, and browse these websites. Maybe Happy New Year offer. They offer some discount vouchers, and lot of students they avail discount voucher options. And already I've discussed that when you plan your exam, either you attempt your exam from home or from testing center, you need two IDs. Primary ID, the ID with your snap and with your signature. That could be your passport, that could be your driving license. And the second ID can be your credit card. Okay, and already I've shared that exam not you cannot book your exam by your own self if you are in Pakistan. Okay, in Pakistan you always depending on the testing centers, but if you are outside Pakistan you can book your exam through your credit card. It's not an issue. Okay, here is the site. I will move there and I will show you something. And here you see Google your nearest testing center. This is your option to set. So let me click here. And don't you worry, I will share this document, inshallah, in description. You will use this option for further. Okay. So I will open the link, and here you see I'll show you the link here. So this is here you see this is my first testing center. Let me show you here you see this is my Pearson testing center, okay, website, and here you see this is the link. When you open this link I mentioned in the document here, you will directly jump here. So these simple three steps, 1, 2, and 3, these three simple steps you required before you book your exam. Either you book your exam from home, okay, here you see this is the option. So you can use this link to test your laptop. For example, if you have a plan to book your exam, you want to attempt your exam using your own laptop. Maybe you have some softwares which are being used for screen sharing. So using this website, these three steps, run system test, here you see, when you click here, your Pearson basically online portal will access your laptop and will check. And after testing, it will recommend you if you need to remove some softwares. Okay. And if your internet connection and your laptop is okay, this test successfully show you that now you are capable to attempt your exam from using this laptop. Okay. So this is the link you can use if you want to attempt your exam from home. Okay. And here you see this is the next option, Certiport Testing Center. As I discussed with you, some of your exams, let me show you, Cisco introduced a new certification. Let me visit to Google, and it's called CCDA, I guess, Cisco Exam on Certiport. Okay, let me check. One of here you see this is the exam, Cisco Certified Support Technician. I would inshallah conduct another activity on my YouTube channel. This is newly introduced Cisco certification, and this is entry level certification, highly demanding in the field, and lot of things are covered in this certification, and it's really awesome one. If you plan this certification and you want to attempt your exam, then you have to book the CCST exam on Certiport. This exam is not available on Pearson. As I was sharing earlier, that some exams are available. Most of the exams are available on Pearson. Okay, but this exam on Certiport. So I showed you Pearson. I showed you Certiport, and the last one thing which is really important, you guys must know this website. Remember, this is Credly. So what is that? Let me explain this thing on my camera. Then you will better understand. Credly basically is a website which hold all of your certification information. So it's a wallet. So you integrate your certificate, whatever the certifications you have done, you just registered your certificate here on Credly. So when you build your CV, you just mention your Credly link over there. So if anyone want to confirm that either you are certified or not, there is no need to show the certificates are here. You see, I am CCNA certified. No, this is the digital way. You should register your certification here if you are certified. So all of your certification Pearson, so all of your Cisco certification, Huawei, Microsoft, whatever the certifications you have done, you just add those certification on your Credly portal, and just if you want to share your whole certification to any other, just share the Credly link. Okay, so this is the best way. If you pass the CCNA exam, pass the Microsoft exam, you get the Cisco Netiquette certificates. Make sure that you have created Credly account and you have registered all of your certificates here. So this is the best way. I would recommend that you should create your account here and later on add Credly information in your CV as well. So this is all about. And the next thing is some important questions about Cisco exams. Maybe these questions, these options you relate with any certification. Okay, so number one, you must know the exam code. And number two, this is really important. What type of questions be the part of the certification? After this explanation, I will show you the type of questions and you will get the idea. But in short, in CCN exam, there are multiple type of questions. That those questions can be single choice, can be multi-choice, can be drag and drop, and some configuration labs over there, and simulation as well. So there is a difference between simulation and lab. There is a difference, and I will show you right after some time. After this slide, I will show you the real questions of the CCN exam. Then you will get the idea. And this is really important. This is really important that what is actually the time duration. And earlier, this time was 90 minutes and can be extended on your demand. And you know, one of the guy contacted me and he shared, sir, I couldn't complete my exam within the time frame, and I'm sorry, I didn't know that I can request for the extension. But uh, keep in your mind, whenever you attempt your exam, and make sure read the description, you can request to extend the time. So in earlier Cisco exam was 90 minutes. So if you think that 90 minutes are not enough for you, you can request to your proctor, and the proctor can extend your 30 minutes time. So this is really important for you. Okay, but if you are well prepared about exam, you can cover your exam within 40 to 50 minutes, not more than that. Okay, not more than that. And this is really important. The language, okay? It's not necessary that you attempt your exam only in English language, okay? So exam option available in multiple languages, but most of the time we use English, but you can use it. But it's not available in Hindi, it's not available in Urdu. So, but in Japanese languages, it's available in English language and other languages also available. Maybe in Arabic as well. You may check it, okay? And the passing marks are really important. Passing marks, basically, you should know. It depends on certification. Some certification offers you 60% passing marks, some certification 70%, but Cisco offers you that you need to get 85% of your marks, then you will be passed. Otherwise, you are failed. Okay. Number of questions are very important, because if you don't know how much questions are there, then you cannot manage your time. So once I remember, I was used to attempt. Let me show you. Uh, Hold on. Okay. Uh, if you can see me, because it's really important thing which I want to share with you. So, so okay. So I was talking about why, because what actually I'm discussing here, what actually I'm describing here, actually is my own experience. Okay. So I was used to work in Cisco, Microsoft, and I guess I attempted VMware certification first time in 2000, I guess 11 or 12. But On that time, Cisco exams were based on about 40, 50 questions. But when I moved for VCP certification and I opened the portal, there were 120 questions, and I was shocked. I was not sure that how many questions are there. So once I was, you can say, disturbed over there. So this is very much important for you. You book your exam, then you must know the time, the exam code, the number of questions, and the type of questions. You must know about it. So it's important. So that's why I turn on the camera and I prefer to discuss the thing so that you get the idea and the importance of this issue. So let me. Okay. So sorry. Okay. So can you see? Or okay. Uh, is the screen? So I'm available on the screen. Okay. The last thing I was talking about exam fee. Already I've discussed with you. Full fee and discount fee. Okay. For CCNA, as I already told you, uh, for example, if I take the example of the Microsoft first professional certification start from 104. This is Microsoft IS certification. Before that, there is another certification that is AZ 900. I'm writing something. It's not physical over there. Okay, sorry, sorry. Okay, here you see. Okay, no, is that clear? No, I'll be with it. Okay. Just for the moment because I'm sharing the screen, so that's why. No, no, it will be available. Mm, so now check if my screen is visible. Okay, okay, I forgot to share. Sorry, I forgot to share the screen. So now, so if I'm available, my screen is visible. No, it will trail some. And I'm available as well. Okay. So, as I was, is there any prerequisite? Here you see, I'm taking the example of the Microsoft certification code AZ104. Okay. So this is the first, you can say, career certification in Microsoft a year to crack. But before that, there is another certification AZ900. Okay. This is the foundation. But it's not necessary to get this certification before booking the AZ104. If you want to attempt, it's your choice, but it's not prerequisite. One more example I want to share here. One more example. You book your exam for CCNP. CCNP 300-401. I guess it's a CCNP in code 350-401. Let me check. Let me show you, please. I don't wanna. Okay, this is your exam. So here you see. Okay, CCNP in code. Okay, 350-401. Okay, this is the exam code of the CCNP exam code. Okay, so this is the exam code, and here you see 350-40. Sorry, so here you see 350-401. So this is the CCNP exam code. Earlier, in before you can say 4 years back, about uh, there was a prerequisite for the CCNP exam booking. If you want to book your CCNP exam, you must have the valid CCNA certification. Okay, if your CCNA certification is expired, you cannot book your CCNP exam. If you are not CCNA certified, you couldn't book your CCNP exam. But right now, there is no prerequisite even CCNP exam. Okay, so you should know, is there any prerequisite? So there is no prerequisite for CCNA exam. There is no prerequisite for CCNP exam. You just book the exam and you just go it. And the last one thing, which actually I forgot to earlier, there must be a certification validity. For Cisco, the certification validity for Cisco associate level exam, it's a 3 years. 3 year certification validity of the CCN exam. But for the CCNP, it's about 2 years. And for the CCIE, it's about 16 months. So let me get the help from the Google. So what is CCNA exam, CCNA certification validity? Okay, you can check. Okay, it's mentioned here. The last update, it's a 3 year. You see, from the date of certification. So I will take a break for the moment, as the salah, and I will join you after that. Salah, take the place. So I'm back now. Uh, okay. So my screen is visible, and you can watch me right now, and my screen as well. Screen of my computer and I mean both are available on the screen. Okay. So I was searching about, is there, so I want to know what is the certification validity of CCNP exam. So move to the website, and already I've get the idea about the CCNA. Now get CCNP certificate. CCNP, and now get it. You will get the idea. It's about, it's new update. It's 3 years as well. Okay, and the next one is CCIE. If you want to get CCIE certification validity, and CCIE, its new update is 3 years as well. Earlier it was 3 years, then 2 years, then 16 months, but right now it's a 3 years. Okay, so you check CompTIA A plus certification validity. You can search on internet, and you know, in earlier when I attempt a CompTIA certification, my certification still valid. It's really important, And I did my certification in 2000, I guess. Yep, in 2000. Yeah, I did my certification, CompTIA certification in 2000. It's really important. I did my A plus certification in 2000, but still it's valid. It's about 24 years back, okay? But now, the after that, it's you can say the new update of CompTIA that now CompTIA certification is valid only for 3 years, okay? So the policy is gonna change time to time, and you get this information on official websites of the company. So you, either you can contact us for ask to ask it. Otherwise, Google is there. Google is always there. I'm getting help from the Google as well. So that's why this is the way I'm actually guiding you that if you feel any problem regarding your exam, regarding your booking, regarding your certification, you get the help from the Google. Google is there. Okay. So Google is your best trainer. And okay, this is all about. So let me now, this is the time to share uh, the last and very much important thing, which is actually your concern. That, sir, if we plan to attempt the exam, then what we should do. So, I'm taking the exam option here. So, the first of all, I would suggest you some things. Let me show you. If you, okay, so So this is the last part of my discussion. This is the last part. I'm gonna show you some exam certification exam questions, and I will show you some labs. Inshallah, in coming days, you will see the solutions of these questions and lab solutions. Inshallah, on my YouTube channel as well. On you, you may get this stuff on my YouTube channel later on. But keep in your mind, if you plan to prepare your certification, then make sure that for next 10 to 15 days, you will follow my instructions. And my instructions are, now stop everything. Stop reading book, stop searching anything, stop watching videos, anything. No, it's time over. Now you fully focus on exam preparation stuff. Either you get from internet on any website, you get the certification exam stuff. Cisco also provide, Microsoft also provides. Those are called exam questions types, and they offer you some, you can say, mock test. You attempt those questions and attempt rehearsal practice, memorize those questions. Okay, so just focus on that. You just perform those labs which are basically part of the CCNA exam. There are almost 10 to 11 labs are there, but only one or two labs you will see because these labs shuffle. Okay, so maybe you get DSCP snooping lab, and maybe your other friend get the ether channel lab, and other friend get the OSPF lab. So it depends. I will show you some labs here. So you just practice on those labs. Okay, remember that. Practice, practice, practice. Okay, and memorize the question. So when you prepare your exam, you have single choice, multiple choice, drag and drop, simulation, and lab. Now categorize your questions. Single choice question, prepare first. The first thing is, for example, you have to prepare your 500 questions. For example, before that, you just read 500 questions one time, and just relax. There's no need to memorize. Okay, just read 500 questions and then take the break. Okay, you complete 500 questions in a day, in 2 days. Okay, no problem. But firstly, if you plan to prepare the exam step, then get the exam question. You can say these are called exam preparation stuff. Somebody say it's a dumb, and you get the stuff and you prepare. You start preparation. Browse all of the questions one time and then stop. Then browse those questions. There is no need to memorize. Second time. Now you got the idea. Okay, it's not an issue. Only 500 questions. Most of the question first time, maybe you would expect I didn't read this topic. Maybe first time. Remember that, my dear. The question which actually you are not understanding, if the same question I read in front of you, you will understand easily. Remember, the same concept. For example, if I ask you question that, gentlemen, what is the command to check the uptime of the router? Okay, and you may maybe the command show uptime and something like that. No, but Show version is the command. When you type the command show version, it will show you the uptime of the router. Because sometimes we know those commands, but when we were studying, we ignored these kind of things. But when we read again and again and again, you will be confident. Your IQ level will be higher one. So that's why I said the exam preparation is not the exam preparation. Exam preparation basically gives you the idea, gives you the boost in your IQ level. So prepare the exam, either you attempt or not, but read the questions. And because the same topic, when you read 5 to 10 questions related to single topics, then you can easily understand that how confident you will be about. Okay, if I ask you 10 questions about OSPF. Okay, I ask you what is process ID in OSPF, what is DR, and how BDR is different from the DR, what is the importance of the area 0. Okay, can we use the different process ID on two routers? If I ask you 10 questions on a single topic, then you just give me, just think about how confident you would be about that specific topic. So take it like that, okay? Not take it as a burden. So first of all, you browse all of the questions. There's no need to memorize. Now it's time to start preparation. So when you start preparation, number one, you can start preparation as a example one. For example, you read first 25, 30, 50 questions with question, read the question, then relate the question with the answer. Read the question, then relate with the answer. And now, when you finish the 50, now take the break. The next 50, the next 50, the next. When you start next 50, firstly, before starting next 50, read the previous 50 faster. Okay? And when you start the next 50, read the previous 100 faster. When you start the next, so you will practice this thing um, uh, 5 to 6 days and almost 100% question in on your fingertips. But maybe some questions all the time you face difficulty to memorize. So if you face some difficulties to prepare some specific questions, take the snapshot, paste in another file, make another file of the word. And for example, I have a problem. Let me show you on the screen. Uh, um, if I can show you, please. Um, Sorry. Okay, sorry. Okay, here you see, I'm gonna show you practically. I I'm trying to prepare my exam. Okay, so my screen is visible. My screen is visible or not? Okay. Okay. So here you see. Okay, this is basically exam step I gonna prepare. This is my first day. Okay, so here you see this is the first question. The first question, what are two benefits of network automation? Okay, and here you see this is choose two options. What does it mean? It means that if you select the single option, the answer is wrong. The you have to choose the two options. Okay, you cannot select the three. You cannot say it's wrong. If two options are there, then you have to select the two options. The first thing, and the second thing is, which is really important, review option is not available. What does it mean? If you skip any question, in some certifications, you can go back and reattempt your question later on. But in Cisco, you cannot do that. If you are attempting the question and if you skip the question and you think that, okay, no, it's right now, I want to leave it and I will attempt later on. No, my dear, review option is not available there. You cannot go back. okay, in CCNA. But in Microsoft certification, you can review option. Review at the end, you can review the whole exam which actually you attempt. And if you want to change any answer, you can do that. But in Cisco, if you skip the question, that's wrong. So you have to attempt the question, either you attempt good or not. Okay, so this is the multiple choice question. And the next is, here you see, this is the which command enables the router to become a DHCP client. Here you see, this is the question. Okay, here you see, IP helper address, it's not the answer. Why? Because I know this answer is wrong. IPDSC told this is not the answer, and this is not the answer. And you see, maybe you think about IPDSCP client, maybe you relate client option with the client option, and you can say, maybe you relate, but it's wrong. The IP address DHCP, this is the correct option. So it's mean when you remember, when you try to memorize all of the question, there are two options. Maybe you know the exact answer, or maybe you relate the wrong answers with your question. So this is a good way. If I don't know what is the correct option, but I know these options are not correct. And if the last one thing is there, 100% that would be the correct one. So it means you have two options. Maybe you are 100% confident this option is the correct, maybe. And maybe you are not confirmed which option is the correct, but you are sure these options are not correct. So this is another way to get the answer of any question. So this is single choice and multiple choice question. And here you see some of the questions you will see about the IP version 6, like this one. And let me show you another question type is, I want to show you here. Okay, here you see, this is basically, you can say, these type of questions you will see, it's a picture, and from the picture, maybe he will ask, they are asking you some sort of option. So, and in other way, the simulation option I want to show you. Another option here you see, this is the scenario, don't worry. Don't think about that you need to configure this one. No, this is a scenario. And from the scenario, here you see, this is the routing table of, this is the routing table of this router. Here you see, this is the name of the router. Okay. Here you, and this is the name of the router. And this is the routing table of the router. This is the BGP entry. This is directly connected. This is OSPF. And this is the default gateway. Okay. So in the light of this scenario, here is the question. Okay. And here are multiple options. This is the question. Okay. Read the question from here. Okay. And then you can get the answer from here. Okay. It's not like that. And I want to show you the simulation option basically. Here you see another output. And what is the question? Okay, the question is, okay, no. Let me check, let me show you the option. Okay, so here you see another option here. Okay, so the simulation option mean is I'm unable to check here. Here you see another option. Okay, which action do the switch takes to on the trunk link? It's mean this is switch 1 and this is switch 2, and fast Ethernet 0/1 of this switch is connected with fast Ethernet 0/1 of this switch, and this is the encapsulation, and another encapsulation is ISL. So what actually is the question? So read the question here. Here you see, this is the configuration on switch 1 and this is the configuration on switch 2. So the first, this is interface name, this is correct. Encapsulation on this switch is .1Q, encapsulation on this switch is .1Q, encapsulation is the same. Maybe sometime it gives you the error that I type the encapsulation ISL here and .1Q. So if there is a mismatch encapsulation, there is no trunk. Okay, we read it in CCNA training, we read it carefully, what is trunk, how we can establish a trunk.
and what are the trunk problems. So basically it's sort of troubleshooting, but you are not performing anything, okay? And here you see switch port trunk native VLAN number 99 here and 999 here and 99. So this is the problem basically. Here is the problem. Native VLAN number is mismatched. If the native VLAN number is mismatched, there is a problem. Okay, but there is a problem. But it doesn't mean so switch port mode trunk, it's a static trunk. Switch mode trunk, it's a static trunk. Okay, so the question is the trunk does not form, but here you see the trunk forms, but the mismatched native VLANs are merged into a single block. This is maybe you think that remember native VLAN mismatch doesn't mean that trunk will not be established. Trunk will be established, but you will get the native VLAN mismatch error on both sides. You will observe this error on switch 1 and this error switch 2. So who can reply this question correctly? Two persons. Number one, who perform all of the stuff practically and know the thing, and number two, who memorize the thing. Only two persons can answer these questions correctly. So this is basically some sort of, you can say, simulation type of question and the same scenario. And here you see, here are some lab. Here you see, I was talking about the lab scenario. I will show you here. Here you see lab 3. So this is the common lab you observe in your CCNA exam. This is the lab question. What is lab question? Lab question means, let me show you what is simulation and what is lab. Let me show you practically here. Okay. And I will explain what is the difference between simulation and what is the, sorry, uh, difference between lab. Okay, what is simulation and what is lab? Both are different. Okay, here you see, I will take an example. I am taking a switch. This is last option. Okay, after that my session will be closed. I'm I will ask two questions. The one question related to simulation and the other question related to lab. Okay, so that's why I'm performing this scenario in front of you. So here is the switch A. So can you see the screen, please? Okay. Here is the switch B. Let me turn off the camera so you can easily see my basically okay screen clearly. So I guess my screen is visible proper. I'm not okay. My camera is off now. Okay. So here you see, I will connect this switch port Giga Ethernet 0/2 with Giga Ethernet 0/2, and I will connect Giga Ethernet 0/1 and Giga Ethernet 0/1. I will perform the same lab here in front of you like this one. This is the lab. Okay. What is the lab? Here you see this is switch. This is your switch 1, and you connected one Ethernet port with other switch, and the okay, it's mean two ports are connected with between switches, and you have to establish a ether channel. You physically these are two physical lines. You know, spanning tree basically, if you have multiple links between your switches, one link will be disabled because of spanning tree, because spanning tree block the link so that loop because of the loop. Okay, if you have multiple links between switches, there is a chance of a loop, but spanning tree block one of the link. But here is the scenario: if if one link goes down and we have only one link, it means all of the burden will be on the single link. It means we are not using this link because of spanning tree. Okay, you got it? We have two links, for example, we have 1 gigabit link here, we have 1 gigabit link here. Okay, if one link is not active because of spanning tree for the safe side block this link, okay, because of the loop, so only one link is active, but it's mean we are wasting the bandwidth. So here is the scenario that you bundle these two links, physically these two links, but one link is blocked because of spanning tree. Now you have to bundle these two links into a single 2 Gbps link. This technique is called 𝐻𝐻. This technique is called link aggregation. That physically we have multiple links and we bundle multiple links between, uh, uh, we bundle multiple physical links into a single virtual link. So this is the scenario and here is the solution. I write the solution for you. Okay, here is the solution. But I will perform here in front of you on the, here you see, on this scenario. Okay, here you see, I'm on switch A. Let me show you, this is a switch A. And this is switch B. Okay, so I have show interface trunk. So I don't have any let me establish interface details and use match 1-2 switch port. Okay, sorry. Okay, sorry. Interface range. Okay, and I will use the command switch port mode and system. Okay, so I will show you what is the difference between simulation and simulation question. What can be simulation question? Okay. Um, which which ports are between working as trunk between switch A and switch. So this is your question. Switch B. This is your question. Okay. Question 2 can be, what is the MAC address of port fast Ethernet 0/1 of switch A? Okay, you got the idea? There are two questions. This is called simulation. In simulation, there is no need to configure anything. You just click on the switch and you know the command. You know the command, how to check the trunk link and how to check the. So basically, through this question, this is evaluating that, do you know something about the command? Which command you can use for some sort of, to get some sort of information. So you will move here, okay, and you will use the command show interface trunk. So this is the first command, and after that you will provide the OK Giga Ethernet 0/1 and 0/2. Okay, it's mean you can provide the answer Giga Ethernet 0/1 and 0/2 option will be available in the options. In the answer option, you will select. Okay, so the second command is, what is the MAC address of the fast Ethernet 0/1 of switch A? Option will be there. So you just jump on and you you just type the command to check the MAC address of the fast Ethernet 0/1 because there are a lot of commands, but you will be checked. Do you know the specific command which is used to get the MAC address information of any specific port? So here you see there are a lot of commands. Show IP interface brief. This command not showing any MAC address. This command not showing any MAC address. But what is the command? Here you see show interface fast Ethernet 0/1. This is the command basically you can use to get the MAC address information of any specific port. Here you see this is the MAC address of specific. Here you see this is the MAC address of the port. So got it? So in simulation there is no need to change anything. In simulation you will use just show commands to give the proper answer. But here is the lab question. Lab Cincinnati. Okay, establish an ether channel between switch A and switch B. I'm just ticking using um, non-CISCO protocol. Now, what does it mean? Because if you want to establish an ether channel, you can use the LACP and you can use the PAGP protocol. And LAGP basically, PAGP basically Cisco protocol. But in your question, the examiner asking you that you have to establish an ether channel, but the protocol you will use would be non-Cisco. And it means the choice should be LACP. Okay. So now I will jump on the switch here. So here's the scenario. Show spanning tree. Here you see both links are in forward state. Go to switch B. Show spanning tree, and here you see one link is blocked because of the spanning tree protocol. Here you see one link is blocked. Here you see this link. So check here. So one link is blocked. Here you see this link is blocked. Okay. So now the time to perform the lab. So I will jump config T. So default interface range 𝐘𝐸 0/1-2. So this is the first command. You must reset your interfaces before configuring Ether channel. Why? Because if there is a mismatch configuration on your bundled interfaces, then Ether channel will not be uh, up. Okay, so I'm resetting the both ports. So for more detail, you may check my video on Ether channel, but here I'm just performing the lab. So the next is interface range, 𝐷I connect 0/1-2, and the channel group 1 mode. Here you see, if you use the active and passive option, you talk about the LACP. But if you wrongly choose the auto and desirable, Ether channel will be happen, but the task will not be as per the requirement, because you have to establish the Ether channel and you are bound to use the LACP protocol. This is the lab actually. So now I will use the mode active. Okay, here you see. So jump onto other switch, and here you see config T, interface range, 𝐷I 0/1-2, channel group 1 mode, and on this side we will use the mode passive. Mode passive. Here you see. So we have successfully established Ether channel. So it's mean if you done it, then your lab is done. And the last one thing which is really important for you, my dear, you should be aware about it. You have successfully done all of your lab. Remember, the last thing which I didn't perform here, you may verify the things, you may use the command show ether channel assembly, show ether channel, and or blah blah blah, you may use. But if you are performing the lab, at the end of the lab, you have to save the configuration. If you didn't save the configuration, your lab is wrong. So most of the guys, they perform the lab, they do the things, and at the end they forget to save the lab. But if you don't save the lab, your lab is wrong. In simulation, you just provide the answer using the show command, but in lab you have to practically perform the lab. Okay, and you have to save the configuration at the end of the lab. Okay, and the most important labs which are being part of the CCNA examination, the first lab is, which actually I perform in front of you, that is the channel lab, OSPF version 3 lab, and one of the lab is related to, I guess, DHCP snooping, and trunk lab, VLAN lab. So inshallah, with the passage of time, you will see the lab solutions with the description. Because right now, I was not here to describe the lab and perform and discuss each of everything. No, right now I just give you the idea, number of questions, type of questions, and what is the strategy you should adopt. And at the end, I would recommend, okay, one more thing I was sharing with you, I forgot to explain. For example, if you are facing the problem to memorize any specific question, like this question, here you see this is a snapping tool, okay? You, for example, this question, most of the time you attempt this question and your answer is wrong. So copy the question and save in a Word file. So you save it here. Okay, okay, you save your, you create your separate file which based on the difficult questions. Okay, so this is your first question, and now maybe another question you find out and you copy that question here from here. Okay, take a snipping tool. For example, this question creating problem for you and you are unable to memorize this question. For example, take another question like this. Okay, here you see, here you see. Okay, take this question, okay, and copy in the file. So you, okay, so this is the file basically. You create a separate file. Why you are creating a separate file which based on the difficult question? Because let me show you. Sorry. Okay, here you see. Sorry, sir. Okay, here you see. Sorry. Basically, I'm giving the example. I'm I'm using the snapping tool in Windows. It's available. So in your examination stuff, exam stuff, if you are facing any problem to prepare any specific type of question, then take the snap and paste in your file. So you are building your own file which based on the difficult question. Okay, why? Because every night when you go for your sleep, before that you just watch this question so that you can't sleep properly. Second option, before exam day, you carry this file with you, and before attempting the exam, just solve the question. And I'm very much sure these all things will be in your mind. And the last one thing is use this file. Remember, this is really important tip, and I apply this tip many times and I got dramatic results. You know, this is the last tip. So if you are facing the problem to prepare some specific questions because they are very much difficult and you are facing difficulty to memorize, so most of the time we sit in a specific separate room for the study. But for those questions, you do something different. For example, you take a cup of coffee on your with your right hand and you take it. But when you're preparing any difficult question, you take the cup of coffee in your left hand and you prepare. With the reference of that activity, you will be remember some options. And you would say, oh, that time I was reading this question, and this option, most of the time I was thinking is a good option, but it's a wrong basically answer. You will relate that answer with the cup of tea you holding in your left hand. Maybe, and sometime you are preparing your question in your room, but prepare a specific question on your top floor, and you will say, oh, this specific question I was preparing on the top floor, and with the reference of that activity, you will remember the answer. So relate something, do something different to prepare difficult question. Inshallah, I'm very much sure that you will get the idea. So this is all about from today's session. And at the end, because I did not save the configuration, so back to the scheme and go what last option you have to perform. Here you see, I'm on, I'm here. You see, uh, okay, I'm here. Here I am on switch A I am. So first of all, you can verify after configuration. Show inter show ether channel summary. So here you see, this is the verification option. You have successfully established ether channel. S mean layer 2 ether channel. This is the S code. U mean capital U mean it's in use. Here you see, and you are using LSCP protocol. Successfully you have established. Okay, show spanning tree, and after that it's not visible here, so leave it. So the last thing is, yes, at the end you have to use the command copy space running space start. You have to use this command to save the configuration. Okay, so now your option, your answer is locked and saved. So I'm sure today's session would be really helpful for you in any sort of certification preparation. And I tried my level best to explain all of the things in my experience, what actually observed, because I face these kind of questions from my students on daily basis. So if you watch this video later on, and if you learn something any important and valuable, so you mention. And if you have any further question related to your certification or something like that, you can put your question or query in comments. Inshallah, I'll try to address your query in any other live session. So take your good care, have a good day, and happy Pakistan Day as well. And wish you very good luck for your certification journey. And thank you so much for the time and for the patience you show to watch me here. I'm very much sure right now you don't have the control to turn off the screen, but after that, maybe you watch my video, you watch the video and with high speed 1.5 and something like that. But all of the information you cannot overlook. Okay, so these are very much important information. I pay for that. Why? Because here you see, once I book my exam, and I told you, and unfortunately, I booked the server administration. I said I want to attempt the server administration server Microsoft Server 2000 exam. But on the other side, the person booked the server exchange exam, and I didn't ask about anything. I was sure that server exam is booked, but when I was on computer screen to attempt my exam, I was shocked. I couldn't attempt a single question because the person booked my wrong uh, exam. So that's why all of the information very much important for you. So keep in your mind, and wish you good luck, and stay in touch. Inshallah, I'll see you in upcoming live session.